Here we go. This is my video on my bandage change. You're going to do the usual procedure of reading the care plan, sanitizing your hands before you get into the room, looking at the care plan, identifying yourself, doing the safety check, identifying the client, tell her what you're going to do when you come into the room, make sure all your safety procedures are done on the bed and the client is at appropriate height. Sanitize your hands. I have real sanitizer here, which is really good. I'm going to sanitize my hand, and because we have the COVID-19, I probably would have had a mask on. Clean your hands in the down position. Make sure you thoroughly dry them. I'm going to put the gown on first because I need to practice. I don't know if we're supposed to do it or not. This gown is torn. Find out if the client needs any pain medication because it takes 30 minutes for it to before you can proceed on a client. You have to wait the 30 minutes, so you may start this procedure in 30 minutes rather than right now. So we're just going to practice tying this up properly. I lost the feeling in my hands. I washed them so many times, which I suppose happens. I don't know. Make sure you converse with the client. So you're going to put on your personal protection equipment first. Since I touched my hair, I'm going to sanitize my hands. Again, properly. Make sure you wait 15 seconds at least, or whatever it takes for it to dry. Make sure it's dry thoroughly in between. Tie your gown. Make sure it's covering all your clothes. This gown is really going to fall apart soon, unfortunately. I'm going to sanitize my hands again, just because it's good practice. There. And we're going to put a mask on. I thought my equipment would be in a tray, it wouldn't be there yet, but I don't really have the room. So the mask I have is a really, really good mask. I've redone this several times. It fits on like this over top onto the neck. And we'll sanitize your hands just in case you touch something again. And the mask fits over top like that. Really tight. It's a really super good fitting mask actually. Way cool. So I got my supplies, which are waterproof pad, which you might need to put under the client or place something under the area in which you're going to change. Say for instance an arm, or these gloves I use more than once, so I have to open them up properly because I don't have any more. So normally you wouldn't do this. Take a couple seconds. Make sure you don't touch anything. There we go. Make sure they're fitting properly, that you have the right size. Cover your gloves. So if this COVID-19 thing, you'd be wearing a mask anyways. So I'm going to sanitize the area before I put the equipment down. These are real wipes too, so I do have some real stuff. So this would be in a container. You would probably bring your supplies first all together, which I have. And you would wipe the area down first and then put your supplies down on the clean area. Your bio waste is folded 2 inches down so you can not touch anything or contaminate it. The waterproof pad would be put on the clean surface. I have water instead of saline stuff, which I don't own, so I would then therefore change my gloves, remove my gloves, pull them off properly, roll them up like that, and take them off in such a way and into the bio waste. But I'm going to save these because I don't have any more. But we would throw them in the bio waste, clean and sanitize your hands. You would cover the client with a bath sheet. Fan filled, don't lift the linens as high as I do, but I want to make sure that you see that this is fan filled. They'd be covered with a bath sheet. You would then expose only the area in which you're going to clean. I'm going to clean my hands again because I'm short gloves. So normally I put on a pair of gloves, clean and sanitize my hands. Now this is the container I've prepared, which you open towards you when you're going to use it. So that's the very last thing you do. So you're getting a new pair of gloves, your hands are drying clean. I think that this drying and clean is really good. Make sure the gown covers the gloves. Remove the bandage. Hold the skin. If the bandage is sticking to the wound, use some solution to soften it so that it comes away from the wound, or that if the tape is sticking, the same thing, use saline solution to remove it so it doesn't tear the skin or have shearing. Roll it. Make sure that the client doesn't see loosen the tape here because it's pulling everything away. You lift it up so the client does not see what's on there. Only you do. You examine the skin, the fluid, the color, ask the client maybe some questions, see how they're feeling, if they're in any pain or anything like that. Examine what's on the bandage or the gauze for it. Also, take note of any odors and make sure that it's folded up properly and disposed properly in the bio waste, like that. Once the bandage is off, take your gloves off properly near the garbage can, not near the bio waste, not near the client. So that would normally go in the garbage. Actually, we'll do that in the bio waste. Clean and sanitize your hands. Make sure you do that all really properly, especially around wounds or such things. We'll find a clean pair of gloves here. If we could buy another box, it wouldn't be such a problem, I suppose, these days, but it is. Check your gloves. Always check your equipment for any damages, especially the gloves, particularly the gloves, because you're working around bodily fluids and all kinds of stuff. Make sure it's tucked under the gown properly. This I was going to show you is what I made up here. It has mini scissors, prongs, cotton balls, and the gauze, which are paper towels. When you open it, you wash your hands, sanitize, put gloves on. I don't have what I have here. I hope I didn't lose it. I had a syringe. Here it is. No, I don't know what happened to it. I had a syringe that you open up, and I don't know where it is. Doesn't matter. We won't worry about that. I had a syringe to take which is only water, out, and I know why they use it. So you put it into the little tray, put your cotton balls in there with the liquid, I'm just using water that I don't have, and use the prongs. If you drop something, leave it on the floor so you can pick it up before you leave. And you go from top to bottom. Converse with the client if you want. Once still in the middle, or if it's leaky, maybe more. Only use that once. Don't show any expressions. Keep your poker face. Maybe that's why a mask is good. Everything goes in the garbage. Once you've done that, you've cleaned it, take your gloves off. They're even sticking to my hands. And then everything's not touched. Yeah. Clean and sanitize your hands. Do it the proper way in between, on the tops, on the thumbs. Rotate the hands. By the time you do all that, your hands will be dry. Got reuse gloves again only because I have no more. Put the gloves on. Make sure that they're on properly. Most important thing is the sanitization around these wounds in the first place. Goes on. So we're going to place the gauzes. Everything there only doesn't get touched. Place them on nice and clean. And you may converse with the client to distract him. Check if they have any fever. If there is a temperature, actually, you probably would take some perfect. That's a good one. Take some vital signs if their skin felt hot. Or if you noticed they were sweating. Make sure the tape is stuck down properly so that it doesn't catch on any of the blankets or linens or falls off. Once you've done that, you could clean up your area, or if it's cold or whatever, you could take your gloves off again and dispose of them in the bio waste. Sanitize your hands. Cover the client and roll up the bed sheets. Make sure the bed sheets it's easy to roll things up when we cover them. This would go in the waste, in the proper linen waste. Clean and sanitize your hands. You could do that for the cleanup. I would have that client covered soon. And then, so you can re-sanitize your hands, put the gloves on to clean up all this area. This would go in the waste. Don't touch that. And I almost forgot this last time too. Before you go, which why I had to redo this video, is make sure you date. Put a date and time, probably your initial. I would imagine time and date and your initial when this bandage was changed. And you put on the bottom here or somewhere where it could see. So I don't know if you're supposed to put your initial, but I did. And clean all this up so So this would all be cleaned up. Everything would be thrown out that you didn't use. They came in that little package. You would roll this up like this. Oh, here's my syringe. So if you have that syringe, this would go in the bio waste, and so would everything else. The syringe has a cap, comes with a cap, and this absolutely protects even things marked because the fluid goes directly in there from the whole content of the bottle, which is open only just before you use it, and therefore is pretty safe. This took too long, so once you take the cap off, you throw it away, and this gets thrown away too. I couldn't find it, sorry. I did have it. Take your supplies, put your linens away, clean and sanitize your hands, ask the client if they want anything, need anything else. Make sure they're comfortable, raise the bed, lower the bed rail, check for safety. Tell them you're going to come check on them later in a little while to see if everything's okay. And their claw valve is there. Remove your gown. So the gloves come off last, but I did some cleanup. And this won't come out either. So the gown just slides off. Roll it up so nothing gets touched. Like that. Mask comes off. Clean and sanitize your hands. Don't drop any garbage on the floor like I did. You do put on gloves, pick it up, clean it up, and make it go away. There we go. There's your video. There's a change band-aid. Have a great day, Myra. Oh, and don't forget to record and report of any changes or anything like that. And clean and sanitize your hands when you leave the room. And nowadays, wear the Colville mask because you'll need it.